So I gave this. Let me print it now. Put. Then I was giving ACC. What is the data we received here? Okay. The same thing I'll also put it in. So I've taken all the three formats. Right. The first format, second, third. Compare all the three. What are you getting? The same. Right? The same. Same we are getting, right? Same are you getting? Now what is this format? I told field name comma value. Which is that field value? You choose. I take the field value as rating here. You make your field value is ABC. Field value is XYZ. Right? I told lately field name comma value. This particular field, this particular value. Which field? From the VF page you take whatever the name you want. Or depends upon the context you can take it. Right, Amma? Right? Is somebody from online?
Yeah, Satish, if we don't have a field which is in the system and if we create it right here, it will create it automatically.
Look at the point. When you are trying to update some data without knowing which field you want to update, how can you write a program? Here's a question. If you don't have a field name, what to do? Why are you writing a program to perform a particular task? Okay, it's not necessary that you have to write a program. You are writing a program to perform a particular task. When you are performing a particular task, you know which field you are trying to perform. Got my point? This context should be taken when somebody is giving the value dynamically. When somebody is giving the field name dynamically. Did you get my point here? Now, why?
Yeah, I mean, because if you don't know any field, that's why I'll ask you this question. We use this put method.
No, I'm telling you the point. If you are trying to perform, you are trying to create any record, it is a must that you should know what fields are there in the table. You are a developer. If you are trying to perform any logic, you have to go to the object and find out which fields are there, then write the code. Now there's a role of you. Now you need to go to the object, find out which fields are there in the object, then assign it. When you are writing a code, there is a purpose of writing a code. Right? So you are supposed to go to the object, find out. Let's say, how do you find out the name of the fields? Setup. If it is standard objects, customize, go to object, go to fields, you find the name of the fields here. If it is a custom object, create. If it is a create, then let us say objects, then go to the object. I hope you are good with this. I hope you're good with this. Okay. Now we can show an example, but it should be a generic here. Okay. I hope, right? You're good with this, right, Emma? Somebody from online, am I clear with that?
Yes, Satish.
Right. Now go back again. Okay. Now we are referring to S object. If it is a custom object, now what was our object here? Let us go to payment. Payment, amount, mode, status. Payment, mode, amount, status. Now, if it is a custom object, how do you do that? Payment. I told for every S object, there can be a standard object or it can be a custom object. Payment P, P dot, mode. P dot. I hope you're good with this. Now, it doesn't matter to me whether it's a standard object or a custom object, standard S object or a custom S object. The format is the same. Now, only the difference will be what? Depends upon the S object which you are taking, the fields will change. If it is an account, account fields will come, contact fields will come, lead fields will come, customer fields come. But the way we are creating is the same, right? The way we are creating is the same, only the fields in the corresponding tables will change. As for the fields, we have to assign the values. Are you good? Are you clear? As somebody is asking me the question, how do you know the fields? Go to the customize, go to the object, find out the fields. Go to the create, choose the object, find out the fields, assign the values. Now only the difference here is the list of fields what we have in S object are going to change from object to object. So go to the corresponding table, find out which fields are there and create the instance. Now is it saved to database? It is not saved to database. It is only a variable. When it is saved to database? When it is saved to database? Inside. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point here? Right? Okay. Now, let me make. What is the output? What is the output for this? If I print A, what is the output we are going to get?
20.
You get
20.
20. 20. The same thing will happen now. Now what will happen now? Right? If you give the value twice, order of execution will be top to bottom. No. First you kept as a TCS, then you kept as Wipro. Wipro will come. Pardon me? You want a specific again? Okay. I gave that to make it understandable. Now this is your question. Now what is the output? Same only, no? Right. Both are same only, no? Right. Here also we are putting the same key, right? Now what is the output? Okay, Amma. Right. Now let us. I hope this is clear for everyone. Clear, boss? Okay. Let us move on to the next point here. Now we have this S object like this. Everyone is good with this S object? Everyone is good? Okay. Now, while practicing, you have to know these objects and fields manually. Account, this object and fields, you have to know it. Lead, account, contact, opportunity, quote, task, event, account, team member, opportunity line item, opportunity item, quote line item, case, solution, case, solution. Then we also need to know user fields, user fields. These are the some of the objects whose fields you have to know by default, right? But everybody will not see. Standard fields are known to you, but every application will not use the same fields. I may modify my fields according to my requirement, but to know what type of relations are there, we need to understand. You need to know these standard objects. You need to know what type of fields are there in these objects. What are the relations are there? What type of objects are there? Because all your business logics mostly will be with these S objects. But simple funda is you take any S object. You need to, if you know the fields, okay, A dot field name equal to value, A dot field name equal to value. Am I right or no? Okay, doesn't matter to me what S object is this. If you know the fields, okay, S object O equal to new S object, O dot field name equal to value, O dot field name equal to value. That's the reason we should know some basic fields in these objects. Go to these S objects, find out what are the basic fields that we have in this S object. Lead, account, contact, opportunity, quote, task, event, account, team member, opportunity line item, quote line item, case, solution, user, product, okay, product 2, price book 2, price book 3. This S objects you have to know the corresponding fields, you have to know it. Right? I hope you are good. Okay. Now come down to the main point here. The main point here is I want to go for wrapper classes. What is a wrapper class? Why we want to go for wrapper classes? Now, if you want to take integer value, what is the data type we give? Integer. I want to take a value called Satish. What do you take? String you take it. I want to take name, phone, industry, rating. Now we already have a Apex class called account, which take name of the account, phone number, industry, rating, ownership. Now account is nothing but what? Company name. Now the company or the customer with whom I am doing a business, the data will be in this account. Now company or the customer with whom I am doing the business, his data will be in account. Now insurance application. When I take an insurance application, who will be my account? Customer who purchased my policy, he is an account. The company or agency which is selling the policies to the customer is also an account. Now you take a pharma company, pharma application. In the pharma application, who is your account? Who is your account? The distributors, okay, distributors, sub-distributors. Distributors, sub-distributors, who are distributors, sub-distributors, they are called as accounts. Right? And the end hospitals or the medical shops who are purchasing the products, they are also accounts. You take a pharma, the clinics, hospitals, okay, and clinics, hospitals who are purchasing the medicines, okay, distributors who are selling the medicines, both of them are called accounts. So who is an account in your application? According to your application, who are the customers for you? Who are the agencies who are selling the products of you? Both of them are called account. When you take a BMW application, who is your customer? Who is your account? Customer who purchased a car from you, and the showrooms which are selling the cars, both of them are what? Customers. That's are called accounts. So what is an account? Account is the name of the company or the name of the person who is trying to do a business with you. Who is doing a business with you? Is that was clear? Is that was clear? right? Okay. Now we got it. Again, I want to know name of the person, last name, first name, phone, to which company belongs to, email. Then what happened? We already have a data type called. If you want to take a data of that is related to a particular table, we can take that table name as a data type, right? But what is my requirement? I want to take, look at the point. We have given this. If you know you want a Satish, you will take string. If I want to know a value called Satish, now how I am taking my data is one string, one integer. Do you have any data type which is already available, which will take one string and one integer? We have a data type called string, we have a data type called integer, but I don't have any data type which will take one integer and one string together. Am I right or wrong? Right. Now all these values are what? One string, one integer. Now I want to take one account, one contact together. Do you have any data type which will take one account, one contact together? No. Account, separate data type. Contact, separate data type. I don't have combination. So what is that? If you want to create your own data type, then we go for wrapper classes. Wrapper class is used for what? Wrapper classes are used for creating user-defined data types. If you want to create your own data types, we will go for wrapper classes. If you want to create your own data type, we go for wrapper classes. Integer predefined, string predefined, account predefined, contact predefined. Now I want to design my own data type. Why you want to design your own data type? Why you want to take your own data type? The format of the data what you need, there is no data type which is matching with that. Now I want to take the data in this format. Satish 30, Ravi 40, Prasad 60. I want to take the data in this format. When I want to take the data in this format, there is no predefined data type which is meeting my requirement. So if the format of the data what I need is not supported by any one of the existing data types, then we will try to form our own data type. So wrapper classes are used to create your own data types. Wrapper classes are used to define custom data types. I hope you are good. Wrapper classes are used to create custom data types. Now we are saying wrapper class, Apex class, wrapper class. What is the difference you find between Apex class and wrapper class? Apex class is a collection of data and actions. Apex class is a collection of data and action, which means variables and methods. Wrapper class will have only data, no action. Wrapper class will have only data, no action, which means wrapper class will contain only variables. No methods are used in the wrapper class. Wrapper class is used to define custom or user-defined data type. It contains only data members. No methods will be defined in it. At max, you can give constructor. In the wrapper class, at max, what we can give? Constructor. Let me give you this. Wrapper class, it is a Apex class. It is used to define user defined data types. Wrapper class contains only data members. Wrapper class doesn't contain any actions. Example. Create a wrapper class what we do, public class student, public thing, public. Now we are creating. It is a wrapper class. Now I am going to use this as data type. How do you create? Student. Now what is that? Yesterday is a variable. Whose data type is student. Yesterday is a variable. Whose data type is student. Now is it a primitive or reference? It is a reference. Other than primitive data types, any other data type if you give, other than primitive, any other data type if you give, it is a reference. How will you use reference? If I want to use reference, yesterday equal to, then what is there? Yesterday dot name, yesterday dot age, some data I was giving. Are you getting my point? Wrapper class is also an Apex class, but it only contains data members, no action. Wrapper classes will be used as what? Data types. If you want to create your own custom data type, we will create wrapper classes. Are you clear? Now, yesterday is what? Variable. What is the data type? Student. Yesterday is the variable. What is the data type? Student. Yesterday, student. Are you getting my point? Is that was clear? Is that was clear?
Yes, Satish, can you tell us in what scenarios we use this wrapper class?
So that's what I'm saying.
Because
No?
you told,
If I want to, go ahead.
Yeah, you told that every object has an Apex class and we can access variables in any object. Right?
Now, look at this point, boss. Now, this is the page what I am creating. In the page, what are you getting here? One checkbox, and this is what? Record. Which record is this? Account record. What was this? Checkbox, account record. Checkbox, account record. So every row has what? One account, one checkbox. Every row has one account, one checkbox. Now it is a combination of one checkbox, one account. Now, do you have any predefined data type which will take one checkbox and one record? No. Then how will you create? How will you create?
I think the checkbox is action, right? It's not.
It's an action. How is the see? If I select this row, how do you know that row is selected? Now you cannot simply create an input checkbox. Now if you select that particular checkbox, so what does it mean? It means that you selected that row. So that row and checkbox will be associated. When you want to perform a function, I told when you select this, what does it mean? You selected that particular record. You selected that particular record. It's not independent. Now that row, that checkbox. If you selected the checkbox, that row is selected. So the checkbox and row both are associated. Both together in a single entity. If both are not in single entity, how do you know which row is selected? You get my point? You get my point?
Yeah.
See, this is a UI. But this is a UI. But internally, what is the value of it? Internally, when you give a checkbox, what is the value of it? True or false? Okay. In the UI, it is giving like a checkbox. But internally, what is the value? True or false? Now we are getting name, site, all these things. Internally, what is that? Account ACC. Now, what was this? Now it is a combination of public, class, account, wrapper. I have taken like this. This is the meaning of it. Now, when I say row, account wrapper, one dot flag. One dot flag is what? True or false. Okay. In that row 1, flag is true or false. One dot ACC. In the row 1, account. Row 1, account. Are you getting my point? Okay. Again, I want to display the data like this. Name of the account, phone number of the account, contacts, opportunities, or else cases. Now we are getting Wipro, contact, some contact. Now, are they independent or associated? Now, what is the meaning of this? Now, each row has what? Now, they are not independent data. They are not independent data. Now, what is the data? The data is account record, list of contacts, list of cases. All together is one row. The same data is repeating, right? One account, list of contact, list of cases. One account, list of contact, list of cases. Now, do you have any predefined data type which will take like this? No. Then what will I do? Create a wrapper class. Create a wrapper class and say, okay, my data, account ACC, list of contact, list of cases. Each row, one dot ACC, one dot contacts, one dot opportunity. Because all the three are associated. They are not independent. Do you get my point? You get my point? Right.
Yeah, Satish.
Okay. Now, if
And
you
last
already
question, Satish.
1 minute, man. 1 minute.
Can we gather? Yeah.
If you already have a table, I'll use the table name. Now, suppose let us say I want to take employee name, salary, experience, okay, city. I want to collect the data of 10 employees. Each employee will have employee name, salary, experience, city. I don't have any predefined table which is resembling the same. Then how will you take it? I want to take employee name, salary. I want to collect the data of an employee. 10 employees data I want to collect. Which data I want to collect? Every employee name, every employee salary, every employee experience, city. Then how will you take? Now, name of particular employee, this salary, this experience, this city. All the 4 are related to one particular employee. They are not independent. If they are not, are you getting my point? I want to collect the data, Satish, 10,000, 3 years, Hyderabad. No, all of them are independent. All of them are not independent, right? All the data belongs to one particular person. All the data belongs to one particular person. Ravi, 40,000 or 5 years. Now, it is not like string 1, string 2. The same data, if I give like this, string name 1, comma, name 2. Okay. Decimal. Now tell me, name 1. What is his salary? What is the salary? Now it is difficult, right? That's the reason I want to put all the information related to a person in a single entity. I want to put all the information related to a person in a single entity. That is the reason what I have done. I created a data. Public class. Here I told string name. salary, decimal expenses. Then I'm giving employee. What do we do? EMP dot name, EMP is one person. Their person name, their person salary, their person. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? Suppose already there is a table. Already there is a table employee which is taking name, salary, then what I will do? I will use the same table only. If the format is which if I need a data in a particular format and there is no associated table with this, then I will create my own data type. Already some other already the format in which I want the data, there is a table in the database, then I will not create my own data type. The format what I need, I want to collect multiple information about a single entity. There is no predefined table available in the Salesforce which is conveying the same type of, which is taking the same type of information. Then I will create my own structure and use it. Are you getting? Now when I say account, boss, company name, industry of the company, annual revenue, ownership, rating I want. If you want to collect the company data, already there is an account. See, everything is matching. Yes, do it. No, I don't want to use that structure. I want to create my own structure and use it. Then go for wrapper class. Look at the other context here. Now my requirement is I want to know company name. I want to know which industry is this. I want to know email. I want to know stage name. I want to know close date. Now we have account which is giving company name. We have account which gives company name, industry. We have email. We have contact which takes email. We have opportunity which takes stage name, close date. Now are you referring to the data from a single table? I want to take the data from multiple tables and put in the structure of what I want. I want to take a name and industry from account. I want to take an email from the contact. I want to take a stage name and a close date from the opportunity and frame the data in the way I want. According to my business, whatever the format I want to frame the data. Then how will you frame? I am not referring to a single table. I was trying to take the data from multiple tables and form the structure I want. Are you getting my point? Then what will you do? You are going to define your format with the wrapper classes. Is that was clear?
Satish,
Yes.
last question. So, do we need to correct the data which are related? I mean, the objects has to be related, or we can gather any object that which are not related to.
Now, it is not necessary that you have to put the data of related things. Now, it is not only necessary that I have to refer to the data from the table. I may put my variable definition also. Now the example I gave you here. Now, the checkbox and account, is it same data? No, right? Account is different, checkbox is different. Are we not relating these two? Right? It is not necessary that every data you put in the wrapper class should be associated with It's not that account with the contact, account with the opportunity. You can put whatever the data. See, it is a basic your business requirement. As for your company requirement, whatever the data you want, get the data, put it. They may be associated, they may not be associated. They may be associated, they may not be associated. Depends upon your context. Whatever the format of data you want to wrap up, you can wrap it. Is that was clear?
Yeah, thank you, Satish.
Fine. So,
Sir, one second, sir. Alternatively, we can take a custom table, right, instead of wrapper class.
Now, I require 500 structures. I require 500 different, in my business, I will be using 500 different structures. Everything that you require, you will create tables. Now, in the tables, if you want to take, there is a limitation on the tables also. Right? You want to store the data permanently. When you go for table, if you use a table, you are storing the data permanently. Now, for a temporary purpose, why are you creating a data permanently? Tables will be used when you want to store the data permanently. Now, I don't need the data permanently. I need only temporary usage. Account name, contact name, opportunity name. I want to use for this logic. What the logic is then? I don't want this data. You will go for a tables. You will go for a tables when you want to take the data permanently. When you want to save the data permanently, you will go for a tables. Now, when you can form temporary structure, why you want to go for creating a permanent structures? First point. Second point, if you are choosing a tables instead of wrappers, there is a limit. In the entire application, if I create 5,000 wrapper classes, how many tables you have to create? 5,000. Are you allowed to create those many tables? No, right? Okay. So, table is not a substitute of wrapper. Wrapper is not a substitute of table. Now, in the program, temporarily you want to take any data, temporarily you want to store any data, we use data types. Data type is for the variable, not for the table. You want to store the data permanently in the database, then obviously it has to be a table. If you want to store the data in the database, obviously it has to be a table. Now I want to use for the particular context executing the program, temporarily I need a data, this is not the table, it is a variable which you are going to create. Right now? I hope you got my point. If you take a table,
Yes, sir. Thank
data
you
is
very much.
permanently stored. Okay. Come back. So,
Got it, sir. Thank you.
where we are? Okay. Now, look at the context. Create a wrapper class. Let me give one quick example here. I'll create one example here. Now, what is this? Student name, age, city. If you want to display this data, what is the primary thing? Set name, set get. Now, it is a wrapper class. Does it have any methods? No. We are only using the information. We are only using the information. So what I was doing here, public. Now, what is the data type? What is the data type? Student. Is it a primitive or reference? It is a reference. If it is a reference, how should I use it? First, we are supposed to create right. Then we are going to enter the data. We are going to enter the data. Now, I want to put okay. Let me make it. I'm going to put the data. I hope you got the structure. Student. Now I can give it as what? Student dot what is the other one? This is how I am giving. Right, boss? This is structure I am forming. Now, whatever the example that we have done in the last session, I will continue the same example with this wrapper class. Let us look at the context. Look at the context. Yesterday's example I will continue with the wrapper class. I was taking company data. Basically, this will be more helpful to you when you go to the list set map concept. This is the class what I have. This class is collecting what data? Name, phone, industry, rating, last name, first name, email. Now I'm writing a code here. Then you're supposed to create. It is a reference variable, right? So obviously you're supposed to initialize the number. Create. Then I'm doing account ACC equal to. I want to create an account. ACC dot name equal to ACC dot phone equal to. In the company we have some data. ACC dot industry. Insert ACC. Similarly, contact C1 equal to C1 dot last name. So in the company data, we are getting information about the company and the person, contact person. With the data, we are trying to create your information. Now what did I do? What I do? The data what I have here, the data what I have, this class has containing some data. With the help of the data, what is there in that? We are trying to create this information. Right? So there is a data, okay, there is a class which is having some information. By taking the information from that class, we are trying to insert the account and contact. Are you getting my point here? So basically, this is more helpful to you when you are going with a list of records you want to display, list of information you want to display. There it will be more helpful to you. As a single record you are taking, okay, we cannot find much difference. But when you go to the list concept, when I try to display the data from database, when you are trying to get account record with a list of contacts, with a list of cases, with a list of opportunities, all together I want to display. And I want to take some data from account, some data from contact, some data from opportunity. Then how will you create it? Like boss, display company with the corresponding contact names. Display the company name with the corresponding contact names. Display the company name with the corresponding contact emails. Then how will you give it? There, I was not taking complete data of a table. I was taking a partial data of the table in my own choice. Look at the point. I'll try to make it one more time. Look at the context number. I have account name, industry. I have Wipro. Now this Wipro Energy has a contact number. Yeah, basically wrapper class is for creating custom presentations. Okay. Now look at the point. Here we have contact. This out. This is one account record. These are associated contacts. Now what I want to know the name of the company and I want to know the phone numbers of the contacts. Now tell me how will you achieve this? Now it is not one account, one contact. Account with a list of list of contacts of the account. Contacts, phone number. I don't want all the contacts. I want only the phone numbers of the account. Tell me how will you achieve it? Do you have any predefined data type called list of phones? Right? You don't have any predefined data type called list of phones, account name with a list of phone numbers. Then what will you do? The wrapper class. Are you getting my point? Now I have cases. Open. Now what I want the data of company name with the cases which are open. The name of the cases which are open. Only the names of the cases. Then how will you get it? I want to get only the names of the cases which are open. I don't want all the entire case data. I don't want entire case data. Boss, if I take entire data, cash will be more. Performance will get down. When you don't want entire information, why are you getting all the information? I don't want to display all the information. I want to display only name of the account and the case names. Now, when you need only small data, why are you giving all the information? We have to reduce the unwanted data. We have to reduce the unwanted data to improve the performance of a page. Now, I need only name of the account with a list of cases. Name of the account with a list of cases. Name of the account with a list of cases. Are you getting my point there? With list of case names. You want to organize the data in the way you want. You want to get a partial data in the format in which you want. Then we go for wrapper classes. They're all our practical use cases. When you get into the examples, we'll see it. But now basically, what is a wrapper? Wrapper is a user-defined data type. When the format of the data what you need, there is no predefined data type available for that format. We create our own data type called wrapper class. Wrapper class is nothing but an Apex class which contain data members. I hope you are good with this. I hope you are good with this. Clear for everyone? Clear for everyone? Everyone is good with their examples? Right. So that's all from my end for the day. On Monday, we are going to get into the main concept. The next 1 week, whatever the classes we are going to take, there is a 80% of your development. Right. Look at the point. Your triggers, batch effects, schedule effects, all these are functionalities. But to build this functionality, logics will be built with list, set, map with wrapper. Right. So the point here is when you say functionality, if you look at the syntax, you'll get it. But logic writing, you will not get it unless you make a number of attempts. So whatever at the end of the game, whatever we are going to learn, all these concepts what we are going to learn is to build a trigger, is to build a batch effects, is to build an email service, is to build some extension. All this we are learning to implement those. But to implement those, they have a syntaxes. If you know syntax, we get the functionality name. But the logics are built with list, set, map, wrapper, and SOQL data. So list, set, map with the wrapper, SOQL. If these 5 concepts are clear, and if you are able to perform number of logics, if you are able to write the number of logics, then the rest of the concepts are going to be, if you know syntax, you will be able to build it. Again, I am repeating. Now, if you are learning a trigger, a batch effects, schedule effects, all these things, those are functionalities. The functionalities are achieved by implementing some logics. But to write that logics, what we need is list, set, map, wrapper, SOQL, the combination. If these 5 topics with combination, if you are able to practice number of use cases, then rest of the main Salesforce functionalities of development you'll be able to understand. If you are only looking at the syntaxes and pushing off, then there also you look at the syntax and leave it, because you will not be able to form the logics. So that next week is going to be very, very important topics here. Now, these topics what I am discussing in the next week, they don't ask you in interview. They will not ask you in interview. Okay. In the interview, the questions will be asked is what is batch works, triggers, schedule works, extension only. So there's a functionality, so they'll ask you questions in that. But once you get a job in Salesforce, you want to survive these 5 topics. If you don't get these 5 topics, you'll be coming back to repeat again. Right. Now, these 5 topics are to sustain the market with the experience what you are putting. Now, the more knowledge that you gain, more use cases you are able to implement on these 5 topics. Okay, that they'll give you strong knowledge on your development. Okay, so then when you are going for the interview, these questions will not be asked because these are only logic writing. This all deals with how can you build a logic in a different way. Then when you go to interview, that's functionality questions only asked. What is a batch fix? What is a trigger? Okay, there's nothing to do. There are 20-50 questions for every topic. Read them, you'll be able to answer. But when you go to the company, when you want to survive in the company and building a logic, okay, these are important. These are very important. Okay, so next week topics are going to be very important for you. Don't miss the sessions. Okay.